I think if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want. As long as you think positive, you can do it.
So when the RC10 finally came into production, one of the first major races we went to was the Roar Nationals that was in Vineland, New Jersey. We ran the standard RC10 in stock class and modified class, and we were very competitive. We ended up winning both classes.
Roar National Champion, Jay Halsey.
It was the first time we ever raced the car at a major race, and Jay Halsey not only won two-wheel drive, but he also won the modified or open class.
Then a year later was the World Championships in Del Mar, California, and that was a little bit different. That was two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive back then, and we won two-wheel drive with the RC10, and we ended up second in four-wheel drive with a prototype four-wheel drive RC10.
That was the first World Championships for off-road. We haven't had one in the past. And again, we didn't have a big team of guys going there, and Jay Halsey, Gil Ossie Jr., along with a few other guys, that was our team. That was an event that I actually did not go to, and I kind of kicked myself for not going. But because we were so busy with trying to do mass production of the RC10, I was better suited to stay back at the shop and work through the production.
What's interesting, Associate approached me about they want to do this replica car, and so I was like not so sure, how it would do or the interest out there. But I did an interview with Richard at the SEMA show, and the response I had from that interview was just crazy to me. How many people were still interested in, and so. Afterwards, Associate approached me and we talked about this project, and it's an honor to do. It was a big part of my life, and sometimes I look back and go, was that even me back then, 40 years ago? But it's pretty crazy, something I did that long ago, and it's still, relevant. It's pretty humbling to know that people want to build that car and recreate the car that I raced back then and won with, and it's pretty unbelievable that people are still interested in it. The RC10 was a big part of their life back then. It was the first American-made 10-scale off-road car, so it was a big deal to have a car that was made in the U.S., that was designed, engineered, tested, everything here. And you could approach any of us at the track. I think it was a big deal back then. And I think even from the emails I get from people, man, that was such a big part of my life back then. I had an RC10, or I still have my RC10 from back in the day. And it's crazy how it developed,
The purpose of this car was to create this kit so the regular customer at home can purchase this and have everything right in the box. We wanted to keep it true to Jay's car, the same body, same stickers, wheels, tires, all the same parts that matched his car as close as possible. And that's what Jay wanted, and that's what we tried to make for him.
Part of my deal is I wanted to have a final approval, because I didn't want just, it's a body or it's some stickers. I mean, you could look and they matched the tires that we ran in the front, the wheels, the JG front bumper. That was my first ever sponsor, was John Goodbang and JG, and he made bumpers and Nerf wings and stuff like that. And I wanted my original sponsors on the car, and that's what they did. They have Novak and they have JG, Halsey Thompson Racing. That was a friend of ours when we first started racing. It was a small team we started, and he helped pay for me to go to all the races. So if I couldn't do it and have the people that supported me, which a lot of these people have passed on, if I couldn't do this and they would agree to putting these stickers on the car, I wouldn't do it. These people are loyal to me, helped me get to where I was, along with Associated. And so it's pretty cool seeing the job that they did, you know, with the car and all the little details. And I think the guys that are really into all the little, you know, details they're going to see with the black shock tower, and the wing is done the same way. And yes, there is differences, but it's pretty dang close. So it is pretty crazy looking back, the impact it had on my life, but also with these companies and you know, and what it's done for the sport.